So many of the terrific fighters over the years have appeared here. I remember watching Nigel Benn fight here against Robbie Sims a few years ago. Johnny Tapia, the place was absolutely banged out when he, the legend, appeared and won. People stood and cheered him. And of course, Duke McKenzie fought here.
I certainly did, against one Peter Buckley in a comeback fight after I'd lost my second World Championship before I challenged for my third championship. So Witter, I believe, will have a lot of desire to still become champion, and we'll start this fight very positively.
Special buzz about the York Hall. It staggers me that a few years back they actually considered closing this place. What on earth were they thinking of?
Ridiculous. However, that hasn't happened, and we're back to business.
Well, Junior Witter, 34 years old. Was it something that he was psychologically not there in his last fight, or was it a sign that maybe the aging process was catching up on a fighter who has always relied so much on his speed and his reflexes and his ability to deliver hurtful counter-punches from unorthodox angles? Sort of fighters who rely on those sort of attributes, they can age very quickly. Ask Roy Jones when he went in against Antonio Tarver and Glenn Johnson.
Yeah, but Witter's started this fight with his feet firmly planted on the floor, looking to throw hard, accurate shots.
Good body shot, that one, from Witter. Castro, who's only been stopped once in his career, and that was back in September 2004 by one Ricardo Daniel Silva. Apart from that, he's a durable, stick-around type. Former Argentinian lightweight champion. But he's certainly feeling the weight of Witter's punches, sitting down on his punches, Witter, and really delivering those body shots with serious intent.
It's a nice positive start from Witter. As I said before, the comeback fight after losing a championship fight, if you still want it, you go out and get it. It's as simple as that.
Witter's still ranked number 2 by the WBC, top 10 with the IBF. WBA champion Andreas Kotelnik is somebody who he's beaten in the past. Ring Magazine, the American Bible, they rank him at number 4 in the world. So he's still, in the words of the 1950s stage play, he is still very much a contender.
Well, as Witter's already stated, in his own mind he still sees himself as a champion. Not an off night against Bradley. I don't think it's particularly an off night. Simply beaten by the better man. However, he's starting this fight like he means business.
Well, they're quite happy, I think, with the way in which Junior Witter has opened up in that first round. Castro, he offered a bit, but the power was with Witter.
Well, that's what he's noted for, Witter. Calls himself the hitter. Good puncher, and when he's in the mood, you know, he's world class, there's no doubt about that.
It was interesting in the interview yesterday, he didn't make any reference whatsoever about Ricky Hatton. About the first time, I think, in the last 10 years when I've spoken to him. He's always had the monkey on his shoulder, if you like, on that one. He's had the desire to get in the ring with Hatton, but it never happened, and I think now he's reconciled to the fact that it never will.
Well, you know, it's about time he stopped talking about Hatton and just got on with his life, got on with his own career. You know, he's got a different path to Hatton, obviously, and this is part of the rebuilding. What we're seeing now, his path back to the World Championship.
Castro so far not doing too much to suggest that he's going to win this fight. Saw the unorthodox angles that Witter can produce in that exchange, but at the same time, as he teed off with one of those uppercuts, he left his chin hanging out, and Castro just gave him a little reminder with a left hand.
Well, Castro very high guard, very patient. Just seeing if he can soak up this early onslaught from Witter. One or two wild swings there from Castro. The more he stands in front of Witter, it's only a matter of time before he walks onto a shot.
Those uppercuts are real danger punches from Witter. If he detonates one of those on the chin of the Argentinian, for all his experience and his durability, you get the suspicion that Witter could take him out. One defeat, incidentally, on Witter's record. I'm sure a lot of fans will remember it tonight when he just didn't fire against Zab Judah on the undercard of the Mike Tyson-Lou Savarese fight up in Glasgow on a wet and rainy night up there. Went in as a 8-day substitute for that fight against Zab Judah, and Judah at the time was a very hot champion indeed.
He certainly was. But Castro's left eye starting to mark now because he's taking them right hands from Witter pretty flush. Witter got his feet firmly planted to the canvas, trying to get maximum power on the punches.
Looking sharp and composed. There's another big body shot and another one. Oh, terrific left hand. The left hook was an absolute cracker. Followed it up with a right hook, but it was the left hand which did the damage, and I don't think he's going to get up. I think Castro's going to go here and now, is he? Well, he's managed to get up, but he's still in real trouble, and the bell came not a moment too soon. Mark Green having a close look at him. He goes back to the corner. It was almost stopped right there and then. Well, now his trainer is going to have to take a look at him and see just how he can inspire him, but the pain of that body shot is going to stay with him. That's a great beard. Fidel Castro would have been proud of that one. That is a superb beard.
Absolutely.
Look at this body shot if we can see it once more. Really good left hand, wallop.
Well, right behind the elbow into the floating rib. No guard against that, no muscle there in the body definition. It was a sickening punch. But, you know, Witter started this fight like he had a point to prove, and it looks like he's going to prove it.
Mark Green, the referee, came very close to stopping that fight in the closing seconds of that second round there. And here in round 3, Junior Witter is within touching distance of getting a very accomplished victory indeed. If he could take his man out here right now, it would underline the fact that he is ready to move onwards and upwards towards world title action before too very long.
Well, this looks more like the Witter of old, you know, punching with real power, not being reckless, not being crazy, looking for his openings.
Castro's in survival mode. Witter knows it. He's targeting the body. He wants another of those big left hooks, and if he can land one, you would suspect that Victor Hugo Castro could crumble once more right here and now. Witter picking him apart, going at the head now, trying to get the gloves up, and then it'll be the body.
Well, unfortunately,
it's good work, this. Yeah, good work from Witter.
It is good work. Unfortunately for Castro, he's been hit from all different angles. He's not going to beat the count this time.
Junior Witter, the fight is stopped. He makes a triumphant return to the ring in the 3rd round. He has steamrolled Victor Hugo Castro. It was a little bit of a case of a man with a